If you do an online search for the vibe, you'll get over 9 billion hits. Likewise, if you do an online search for vibe memes, you get over 21 million hits. Then, of course, there are thousands of song titles and song lyrics, thousands of books with the word vibe either in the title or in the pages, and on any given day, you will easily come across some conversation where someone mentions or talks about the vibe. So what exactly does this tell us? Well, two things. First, it tells us that people are into the vibe. In other words, the average person talks about the vibe, refers to the vibe, and kind of has a sense of what the vibe is all about. But then second, this also tells us that we are surrounded by vibe clutter. In other words, our lives are inundated with references to the vibe. On the one hand, that's great, but on the other hand, what does that tell us about the vibe? If the vibe refers to everything and anything, does it refer to anything at all in particular? So if this is true, that we are surrounded by vibe talk, and that our lives are inundated with vibe discourse, the question then becomes, how do we cut through and clear away this vibe clutter? Well, again, I think there are two things we can do. First, how might we understand the vibe? And then second, how might we experience the vibe? In other words, how can we define it? How can we explain it? What paradigms are useful in understanding how it functions and works? And then from there, how do we experience the vibe on a daily basis? Rather than the vibe being a fleeting thought or a fleeting word that we use once in a while, how do we incorporate the vibe into our daily lives, into a daily practice? So here are 4 questions to help clarify your own understanding and experience of the vibe. So first, how would you personally define the vibe? In other words, how would you explain it to somebody else? Second, when is the last time you personally felt a particular kind of vibe? Where were you? Who were you with? What was going on? Third, how and or why did you experience that vibe in that kind of way? And then fourth, how can you open yourself up to experiencing different kinds of vibes on a regular basis?